Hey there guys, alright, today we are back with some more overly sarcastic productions. This time we're doing a really short miscellaneous myth. We're going back to pre-colonial America, and we're going to be talking about some Aztec god. This is a really... It's an opening scene, that's for sure. I'm not going to try and pronounce this name, because I would just embarrass myself, and I feel like I do that enough. Before we dive in, make sure you go and check out the links in the description box below. I would love it if you joined the Discord. Let's go ahead and learn about this mythology.
Aztec mythology has a bit of a rep these days. People only really know it for the blood sacrifices and the unpronounceable proper nouns, a reputation only mostly deserved. Aztec mythology wasn't exactly monochrome, but it is hard to ignore the fact that every god, festival, and ritual the Aztecs honored had a tendency to result in at least one government-mandated death, usually several. Now, what was...
God, what? I can't remember. Would they kill, like, slaves, or were they killing, volunteers? Or both?
up with that? Well, the thing about that is, the main god the Aztecs honored was Huitzilopochtli, a sun god who represented war and human sacrifice as well as being the patron of Tenochtitlan, the capital of the Aztec Empire. He was basically the biggest deal. Now, the interesting thing here is the primary focus of the Aztec Empire at this point was keeping Huitzilopochtli alive. So, for a little background, Huitzilopochtli's mother was Coatlicue, the Earth Mother, who, contrary to the common view of Mother Nature, was characterized as an insatiable monster that consumed everything that lived. I guess the giving life thing was much less important than the taking it away one, which is, to be fair, a reasonable interpretation of Mother Earth. Anyway, Coatlicue had 400 sons and one daughter, whose name is Coilxauhqui, and then one day, after being magically impregnated by a ball of feathers, don't ask, she gave...
How? I'm gonna ask. I would like to know how the fuck that worked.
birth to Quetzalcoatl and Xolotl. Quetzalcoatl is characterized as the god of wind, the dawn, the planet Venus, arts and crafts, wisdom, and knowledge. All good things. Meanwhile, Xolotl is the eyeless god of the sunset, dogs, lightning, heavenly fire, and death, charged with defending the sun as it travels through the underworld every night. Charming. So
wait, do they not like dogs? Do the Aztecs not like dogs? Kinda messed up. Mom, what the dip? Hey, weren't my idea.
Coatlicue's 401 other children take offense to these new gods and immediately cut off Coatlicue's head. Not to worry though, as it immediately regrows in the form of two huge
You are so grounded. Oh, fuck.
snakes. Pro tip, if you're out of ideas for the cover of your new metal album, any one of these Aztec gods will function quite nicely. This is when Huitzilopochtli enters both the scene and the world at large by exiting Coatlicue.
Where'd you come from? Let's not talk about it.
And murders his sister, whose severed head becomes the moon. He also kills several of his less important brothers. However, this didn't actually finish the fight, since his murdered siblings now just want him dead more. So the sun is constantly a risk of being devoured by the darkness, and basically, Huitzilopochtli is constantly fighting off Coilxauhqui and her 400 brothers, aka the moon and the stars. And of course, if he ever weakens, they'll defeat him, then descend upon Coatlicue and murder her for realsies, destroying the world in the process. And how does Huitzilopochtli keep up his strength, you might ask? Blood, and lots of it. And that's the core of Aztec mythology, folks. Their paragon sun god is fueled by blood sacrifices to keep the night sky from eating the earth. But don't worry, there is a ray of sunshine in all this. If you're an Aztec warrior and you end up dead, you get to turn into a hummingbird. Aw, that's cute.
Nice. Blood for the blood god!
Guy. I got sunshine.
The Aztec mythology also held that they were living in the fifth world, an idea mirrored by Navajo beliefs, which stated they were living in the fourth world. In the Aztec take on things, the previous world had flooded the world. What? The previous world had flooded. The world before that had burned to the ground. The world before that was shredded by hurricanes. And the original world was full of hungry jaguars, which we've heard that story before. They have a video on that. It wasn't the most hospitable of belief systems. Then again, geographically speaking, it wasn't the most hospitable of places either. No, it wasn't. You should read some of the stuff the conquistadors wrote about. Only if you have a taste for biased accounts and terrible ethnographic procedure, though. Yeah, my favorite thing about Koa is that in her big statue, her face is made of the two snake faces pressed together. I can speak. Each half of her mouth is a snake mouth. Each eye is set on its own snake head, etc. How do you come up with a design like that? This has been an overly sarcastic production. Drew, how do you come up with a design like that? I am not not artistically inclined in that way. But yeah, that was Miscellaneous Myths. H dude. Sure. Yeah, it's kind of something we already knew about because of other videos of theirs on Aztec mythology that Red has done. So she's kind of already covered this topic before. But it was still interesting to get like a full video, dedicated to this god and really why they exist. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.